Down Queen's Drive, the leading two have formed an alliance, and right behind them, not too far away, here comes the PowerNet team leading the charge for the chasers. Paddy Bevan in there. Can't see Josh Atkins. Where's he got to? He might have got dislodged as they went round that tight corner. In fact, here he comes charging up the outside, looking to see where his teammates are. He wants to get back in line, and they'll be keen to see him back there so they can look after him again and get him to the finish and win the tour.
Yes, he closed that gap to the front fairly easily, and he's just got on the back of the PowerNet limo. Shane Archibald patting him on the back there and saying, "You're right there, young fella, we'll get you to the finish," and they're doing a great job.
Speaking of young fella, we've just worked it out, Jared, and Josh will become the youngest person to ever win the PowerNet Tour of Southland.
Yeah, that is a fantastic effort, and Josh was identified a number of years ago as a great talent, and this really just confirms it, and it's a stepping stone. And I'm sure we'll see Josh in the biggest races in the world, the Tour de France, the Tour of Italy.
Sam Horgan having a crack, and Clinton Avery says, "Good on you, mate, that's just what I need. I will jump across and we'll pick this pace up, and I'll give my boy Paddy Bevan a chance of winning this stage. I don't want these two fellas to win, but Jason Allen and Glenn Chadwick have got other ideas."
You can just see Jason's shoulders starting to wobble a little bit there. That means he's giving it absolutely everything he's got, and they're just trying to stay off the front of this bunch as they get up towards Queen's Park.
Jason Allen got his head down, and he is charging for that line up up Queen's Drive, and it'll be a couple more long straights too, past the boys' high, and then down Kelvin Street before they hit Gala Street. It's that long drag down Kelvin Street. It's only a kilometre or so long, but it'll seem like about 10 k's because the peloton will be right behind them.
Likewise, this little climb up towards Queen's Park isn't really much, but they've ridden a lot of k's this week, and they've been out in the wind today. That's going to sting the legs.
Have we had a day on this tour where it hasn't rained or blown? No, we haven't.
Well, I think Monday was fine, but they did get a little bit of wind. But
a little bit. There were hedgerows blowing over up at Mossburn.
Well, here's the PowerNet freight train, and they're just doing a great job for Josh. And Tom Scully on the front there, he wants to get him onto the park and get him on there safely.
So Josh Atkins tucked up there. He's got the white rain cape over that yellow jersey. And here we are. Here's the leaders, and they'll make the turn here, head down past Boys High off Queen's Drive. And it's Glenn Chadwick's going to lead them down the straight. Not far to go now till the finish, and right behind them, here come the chasers.
Of course, John, this is where it all began on Sunday night, and this is the circuit that the team time trial was on, so these guys will be kind of familiar with this, although it was quite a different proposition on Sunday night with the dry roads. But Tom Scully, he's just looking around to you right there, boys. He's just getting them together and really just getting this PowerNet team, home in a hurry.
So Scully's back about 10th place. I saw one guy having a dive down the gutter. As we go back to Chadwick and Allen, not looking around at the moment. They're just going to keep driving this thing. They've just gone through a mini sprint there, so there was some money up for grabs there. So that's something that's going to be a consolation, because I've got a feeling that this group is going to be on them pretty darn quickly. There is a rider coming across, and they're aware of it, but they have got to keep this effort going. We'll be turning left soon, and it's Chris Masick, and he's got on his wheel Paddy Bevan. They don't give up, these fellas.
No, they don't, John, and these guys, they just dangling off the front like a carrot to this main bunch here behind us, and they've still got a decent gap. They're really still going to have to put their head down to get these guys back before the finish.
Masick and Bevan, and our camera bike gets pushed into that car that was parked in a very inconvenient position, but never mind. Here we go, back up to them as we head down Kelvin Street past the golf course and the park, and at the front there's Josh Atkins going on the charge, and he's hunting down Chadwick and Jason Allen himself. So there we are. That's real yellow jersey stuff coming towards the finish.
Well, it's not far to go now, John, and it's great to see Josh just step out and bring it all back together. And Patrick Bevan, he's up there. As we've talked before this week, he packs a pretty good sprint, and it is going to come down to a sprint by the looks of it. James
McCoy dives to the gutter on the left-hand side of the road. One of the Subway boys is trying to get across to his wheel. It's all on for young or old now as we head towards the finish. Not far to go for these fellows. They're inside the last kilometre, and McCoy is going for the doctor. In behind him, one of the Subway boys. And here comes Jason Allen again. He's not given up. And he's got on his wheel Mark Ryan, then Joe Chapman. So 2 from Calder Stewart, 1 from Creation Signs. And in behind him, Dion Smith. So who's got the legs? Who's got the setup right? Jason Allen riding for Mark Ryan as he sends him round this last corner and into Gala Street. There he goes. Jason Allen's trying to set up Mark Ryan for the win. Paddy Bevan in there as well, and Clinton Avery's got him on his wheel as we head into the finishing straight now. And here they come towards us, the 2 Calder Stewart riders at the front. Watching them as they come towards us. They're all over the road. Chris Masick further back. He's going to miss out on this one. He's back about 5th wheel. There's Joe Chapman, the polka dot jersey's there as well. And here comes Paddy Bevan round the outside. Paddy Bevan's going to get this stage. Paddy Bevan's going to win the final stage of the PowerNet Tour. From Joe Chapman and Jason Allen, it looks like. And there's the winner of the tour itself. That's the team of PowerNet and Josh Atkins.
Oh, it was just a mess at the finish. It's wet. I'm trying to watch Masick so he doesn't slip up the road and take some time back off me. And they track boys on Calder Stewart had a pretty textbook lead out coming out of the last corner. I honestly thought I was too far back. I kind of pointed straight out of the corner and started to kind of pick one off at a time, and I'm coming through and I just caught a good run and come through Mark with about 100 to go, and it was just like that.
Perfect sprint.
Yeah, no, I thought I was gone. I followed an attack with K to go. I thought maybe they might start looking at each other, but no, they were right up on that, and I just slotted in when the guy started the lead out and had the legs to still do it at the finish.
How much does it mean to get a win at the end of this great tour?
It's just awesome. I come here and I've had a great week. The Ascot Park boys have been awesome. Clinton's looked after me. He's the biggest, nicest windbreak you'll ever have, and he's just looked after me all tour. I've barely put a pedal in the wind until it really counted, and I've made sure that each time I've done the best I could.
So the final stage ends in the first real bunch sprint of the tour, and it's won by Patrick Bevan of Ascot Park Hotel. He's followed by a fast finishing Joe Chapman, Mark Ryan, Dion Smith and Kieran Hambrook.
Very stoked to pull it off for the team. You know, they rode incredibly. Pure Black's a professional team overseas, and they threw what they had at us, but you know, we ride this tour together, and that's it, all we've done together. The boys ride together in Belgium as well, but you know, we outrode everyone the whole day. The guys were on the front the whole day, just smashing it. Yeah.
How do you put it down to, step by step through this week? What do you put your win down to?
Oh, just, you know, being relaxed and just having fun. I've had a blast this whole time. I'm back after this year. I didn't enjoy riding my bike too often, and since I got home from overseas, I just took a way more relaxed approach, and just throughout the tour I was just having a good time, and just each day working towards a small goal, and just, you know, wanting to rip some guys' legs off on the hills, really. Yeah.
And what are we going to look forward to seeing you race this year? No, next year when we see you again.
Well, I'll have a break after this, and then build into next year. I learn, you know, how I need to prepare myself for, you know, it's winter over there now. Well, it's meant to be summer here, but yeah. So I just need to take it easy. I'll do nationals, but I won't put too much pressure on myself. You know, I'll just go there with some pretty easy riding in the legs, and then next year with Trek Livestrong, we've got a big, a smaller team. There's some big, awesome riders in the team, and we're doing some really big races next year. So I'll just sort my goals out for over there, but I'm definitely wanting to step up.
And will we see you back here next year to race against hopefully a fit and healthy Hayden Ralston and try and take it again?
Well, last year I said I'd never do it again. I'm saying it again this year, but I don't know. Once it's over, you're hooked on it and you want to come back. So I don't know. I'll see what happens. Maybe Rolly will put me in his team.
For 2 days they tried to dislodge him, but they couldn't do it. So Josh Atkins is the 2011 PowerNet Tour of Southland champion. Patrick Bevan's time bonuses push him up into second place. Tim Gutzel is third, then Chris Masick and Shem Rodzer of Pure Black Racing. So Joe Chapman remains unchallenged and wins the Hydrolink King of the Mountains jersey. Gordon McCauley sprints his way to the Harcourt Sprint Ace. Josh Atkins is our Cooperative Bank Under 23 winner. And the Wensley Cycles prize for fastest team goes to Pure Black Racing. Well, that's the end of our coverage of the PowerNet Tour of Southland for another year. It's been an excellent week. The quality of the racing has been amazing. Even despite the pullout of Hayden Ralston in the leader's jersey, we've had such great racing from all the teams. Josh Atkins, an extremely able, talented and deserving winner. His PowerNet team this week have stepped up and faced everything the other teams have thrown at them and more, and given us a great rider to watch for the future. Thank you very much for joining our coverage. Don't forget to follow all our great professional riders overseas this year as they race in Europe and the United States. And we'll see you next year for another edition of this amazing race, the PowerNet Tour of Southland.